Good afternoon and welcome. We are on Tuesday already. Tuesday the 27th of July. My name is Craig Laird. If you are new to us, then this is Wake Up Call. We are live 5 days a week for Wake Up Call. However, us as Crafters TV, we are live 7 days a week. Now, when it comes to every single day, we have a nice selection of different shows for you to get your crafty fix and get interactive with us. But with it being Tuesday, what does that mean? What do we have coming up on a Tuesday on Crafters TV? Well, we'll kickstart right here, right now, with Wake Up Call. But then what we've got, 3 o'clock here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time, we're going to go into a masterclass. Now, today's masterclass is all about our Nature Garden beautiful collection. And that is with Debbie Fisher. So she's going to give you exactly that, a masterclass. So she's going to be showing you lots of different things, lots of demos and techniques, all these different things that you're going to expect within something that's titled a masterclass. With it being Wake Up Call, it's one of my picks, so I'm going to be having a look at that very shortly as well. But then what we're also going to do with the Tuesday, we're going to have a party. And that's exactly what I am going to do, because I'm going to be coming right back later on at the end of the day, 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time, where we're going to have a little bit of a party. So with the party, we are going to be having a look at Sarah's signature. We are going to be having actually, what else are we going to have? Let me check the demos there. We've got an Explorer collection. We've got Year of Crafts. We've got so much that we're going to be having a look at, in which some of it we're going to be having a look at on Wake Up Call as well. So I've got 3 picks for today's shows. We have got Nature Garden, we've got a Sarah signature, and we have got that Explorer kit as well that we're going to have a look at on Wake Up Call. Now, I am joined by someone very, very special who I've not seen for, I don't know, maybe about 3 or 4 days anyway. He's back after his incredible long stint of 6 days that just nearly wiped him out of Crafters TV. But don't fear, he's here, he's back, and he's by my side for how many days actually? Joe, are you here for?
Just 4, you'll be pleased to know.
Just
the 4, the standard 4 this week. Yes, I'll be with you Tuesday today, Tuesday through Friday. How are you, Craig? I've missed you.
Missed you too, I know, missed you too. But yeah, I'm doing fine, thank you. But good that we're back now for the next, few days anyway, for next 4 days. So what, you up to Friday?
Friday, yes.
Up to Friday.
Fake Friday, real Friday.
And for me as well this time as well.
You as well.
I know.
It's going to be an action-packed week though between now and then. There's loads going on just today. Over on the website, there's a flash sale happening. 20% off selected essential storage. Pop yourself over to the website and have a look at that. It must end though midnight today. So midnight wherever you are, make sure you snap those deals up. Also, something else very exciting happening over on our social media channels today is Win Your Wish List. Here all those details are. So from the 26th to the 28th of July, all you need to do is simply comment on our Win Your Wish List post on Facebook. It's the Crafters Companion TV, Crafters TV Facebook, and you could be winning £100, €125 or $150 worth of amazing crafting goodies. So make sure you head over there and check that out. Not just those amazing sales, not just great competition, a whole wonderful lineup of shows packed full of great deals. Isn't that right, Craig?
Loads and loads, that is for sure. Check this out. I don't think I could have gone bigger if I even tried. We are going to be kickstarting with the masterclass, and this is where we're going to be having a look at the Nature Garden beautiful collection. This is what's coming along. 3 o'clock here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time with Debbie Fisher. Now, today's price, if you've not already got your hands on this one, £99.99 or $140. But there's always a but it's always a good but here on Wake Up Call, and that is if you are platinum, that comes down to $79.99 or $112 for you guys in the United States of America. And within this one here, it is the full collection here. You've got the stamps, you've got the dies, you've got the embossing folders, create a card die, you've got pattern papers there, you've got your core block colour cardstock that you can see there, all round, the yellows, the mints, you've got your darker blacks, but with your browns as well, your chocolates. This is an absolute scrumptious collection that so many of you have absolutely loved. when you've got your hands on it in the past. If you've not got your hands on it, then this one is the complete collection with 73 elements, 48 sheets of paper and 24 sheets of cardstock that we can see on your screen right now. So as I say, all the way down to platinum comes at $79.99 or $112. But what I wanted to do within Wake Up Call is give you that option if you want to go for that big one. But maybe you've already got your hands on little selection. Maybe you've already cherry-picked little selections in the past. What I managed to do is get a few different options for you as well. So you've got some additional options when it comes to the Be Beautiful collection, should you not want to go for the full collection. So I thought I was showing you them now, Georgina. So we're going to be doing them later. We're not doing them at the start of the show. Rightio. So that is your main bundle. But if you do want some smaller collections, then we will go through them later on in the show on Wake Up Call. So that's going from Nature Garden. What we can then do is go to Sarah's Signature. Now, something that has literally just launched the other day. We've got it back on Launch Party because this is what it's all about. It's about bringing recently new launches or phenomenal recently new launches into the party on a Tuesday. And this is our Sarah's Signature. It was the night before Christmas collection. 99 elements, 130 embellishments, 120 sheets of paper. Today's price, £134. $170. As we always say with the platinum, it comes down even more than that to £107.20 or $136. You've got your card, you've got your paper, you've got your edgeables, you've got your borders, your creative card, your embosser folder, pattern papers, you've got stamps, you've got dies, you've got a poinsettia collection where you can build your poinsettia as small as you want to go, or you can go as large or as full as you want to go. Already, right, okay, and actually I'm not surprised, it is limited stock when it comes to this full big bundle of the Sarah's Signature. 'Twas the night before Christmas. So everything you're seeing on the screen, that's including all the embellishments as well, is limited stock. So this is to be featured with myself and Joe at the end of the day on Launch Party. Whether it's still going to be here by then, we don't really know. Definitely going to be having a look at it during Wake Up Call, but that is what's going to be featured later on at the end of the day. Fingers crossed if stock remains. So that is going from Nature Garden. We're going from Sarah's Signature, and then what we're going to do is we're going to have a little bit of an explore. We're going to take our picnic box. We're going to go down to the beach. And we're going to explore the beach and the sea and the seashells. And that is with our Life's a Beach Picnics box. This is our Explorer kit. This is where you've got your stamps, your dies, your tri-blend pen set, and your ink pad, and a tape pen. I know all you need to do is add some cardstock, which, if you're a crafter, you've been watching us, chances are you're going to have some cardstock, aren't you? Whether it's plain or patterned. £30 or $45, that's for everyone. If you are platinum, of course, that comes down even more to £24 or $36. These are super, super cute and super cool to make as well. Very simple too. So within my demo on Wake Up Call, what I thought, what I'm not going to do is do an all big singing and dancing. This is a really nice set for if you are a beginner or for a gift. So what we're going to do on Wake Up Call at the end of the show is we're going to have a little look at it, show you how to construct the picnic box, and then you've got that ability to decorate it whichever way that you want. Should you want to use the stamp sets that you get with it, or you can be using whatever you like. It's entirely up to you. But that's our Explorer kit there, £30 or $45, or Platinum, £24 or $36. So the place that you need to go, of course, is crafterscompanion.co.uk here in the UK, .com for you guys stateside, and .eu for you guys throughout Central Europe. Always remember, anything that I am using that I'm maybe not referring to, always go across onto the website. You'll find most of the stuff there. If it's not in stock, it will be back in stock. With everything that's been going on in the world, we're now getting to a point where things are in stock a lot more quicker than they were beforehand. So, which is all good news for you guys. Always remember, check the tabs along the top for the downloads, new products, everything like that. The place you need to go is, of course, our website. But this is not the only thing that we've got coming up on Wake Up Call today, is it, Joe?
No, it isn't indeed, because of course every Monday we launch a brand new one, and we did it yesterday. It is, of course, this week's Get It, Got It, Good. This week it is an incredible 6-piece adhesive collection for you. All the essentials in here, which is great. You've got the tacky glue, which has been out of stock for a little while, the 3D glue gel, and also your all-purpose. Now you're going to get 2 of each of these, so a great opportunity for you to restock, and of course an awesome price there for you as well, because it is this week's Get It Got It Good. Make sure you don't miss out on that. Remember as well, if you want to get social with us, it's really simple to do so. Crafters TV across on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you are over on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe if you are watching us over there. Lots of you tuning in already and saying hello. I can see Sarah Brown is in from Melbourne, Australia. Hello, Sarah. Diana is in Indiana. Lynn is in as well. Evangeline is in Guam. And Alicia here as well from Arkansas. I always want to call it Arkansas for some reason. I don't know why, but that's not what it's called, Craig, so we won't call it that.
No.
Now, how lucky are we today in this wake-up call, Craig, to have 2 of the most incredible collections that I think we've launched in recent times?
I completely agree with you. And I've always been vocal in the past and said how much our Nature Garden Peacock collection was my favourite. But then after that, I've still been vocal once Nature Garden Beautiful collection came along and told you this is my new current favourite. It is absolutely glorious. And actually, to answer a question from Bonnie Brown on YouTube saying, when was this bee collection launched? I can actually remember it was launched on the 25th of June. And that was a Friday, and that was because I just went off on my summer holidays.
Oh, okay.
That's why I remembered it. Because I was really happy to go off on my summer holidays, but I was gutted that I was actually missing the launch. That's how I remember that's when that was. So any other questions like that, or just any questions in general, as Joe says, do get them across. We've got, it is Rachel that's on our social media guru today. So good afternoon, Rachel. Now. Beautiful.
In my head she said good afternoon back there.
I did as well, yeah.
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, I just heard her screeching, saying, afternoon. I don't know if she does screech. Sorry, Rachel. Let's not go down that road. Let's have a look at this collection here. This is our beautiful, complete collection. 73 elements, 48 sheets of paper, and 24 sheets of cardstock. Today's price being $99.99. Or $140, but with the platinum it's $79.99 or $112. This is what's going to be featured in the masterclass with Debbie and Joe. And with the masterclass, I like to think of it as a second to a craft along. Obviously, a craft along is what you will then craft along live with us. Masterclass, you've got that craft along feel, but it's for something you could go back to and then pause and stop and rewind and do all that sort of stuff. So if you've not seen them before, let's have a look at our boards. Now, as the weeks and months have gone on, you have all been vocal at home and saying how much you love to see the boards, as it really shows out what you get within your collections. So that's why we like to do that as well, not only within our other shows, but within Wake Up Call. So within the Beautiful Complete Collection, you've got your sentiment stamps there. So you've got a few that says, be youthful, just because, be happy. I can see a trend going on within these ones here. Can't quite put my finger on what it is, but I've got a funny feeling it's to do with bees. The bee theme. Be, look at that one there. We've got be nice, we've got be happy. This one is always be yourself. Now this one is actually to build a bumblebee, because you've got all the components within there, and as you layer them up, you can create this really funky bumblebee. But of course you could colour it in whichever ways that you want. Then this is when we're going into our create a cards. This one I love, Joe. I love that circle create a card feel. A lot of our create a cards, like you'll see in the next minute, is either rectangles or squares, which are great, but I just love to have this circle feel to it, which then comes along with our sweet as honeycomb. And you know what I'm away to say here, with all these bits, be able to keep a hold of them. These are going to be good for little accents on your cards, but even things like your shakers, Joe, you know, if you want to use them, instead of wasting them, use them within the shakers. Then we've got our edgeable here, a really nice take of the bumblebee that goes all the way down. And these are really simplistic to actually paper piece as well. They're nice and diddy, but they're not too small in the fact of it's going to be complicated to paper piece. You might want to make really quick and simple cards. We've got bees in the nature with our cut and emboss folder. So by simply running through your Gemini or any other die cut machine you've got, it cuts and embosses. But then same with our extra long embossing folder. Now these will go through the mini and also the go. What you will then do is you will emboss pretty much most of it, and then what's still remaining, just turn it around, run it through your mini or your go again, and you will then be able to emboss the full length. Then we're going into more of our stamps here, but this is now bigger stamps here. These are focal point stamps within the flowers that you can see here. This one being titled Bee Blooms. Now this one you can then colour it, so it could be whichever flower you want, but you've got a number of bumblebees and some florals and foliage as well to complement. And then we've got this one here. Now this is the stamp set we're going to focus on in a moment or two with the demo that we're going to do here. Now I've said this a couple of times. Now this is nothing, of course, down the lines of Winnie the Pooh, but it gives me that Winnie the Pooh feeling, with the little beehive and the little honey pot that you've got there. But you can then colour it whatever way that you want to. You can go darker, you can go lighter, but you've got the dyes as well to go with it. And then we're going into, look at that. So we've got all, what's that actually called? That's not the beehive, is it? The beehive is the one at the bottom.
Apiary, apparently.
I thought it was for birds.
Apiary with a P,
apiary.
I think. Yeah.
Apiary. Aviary for birds and apiary for bees.
Yeah. You'd think apes would live in an apiary, wouldn't you?
You would do, actually, wouldn't you? You would do.
Do you think apes live in a beery?
A beery. An aviary, apiary, beavery. Maybe.
A beavery? No, I don't know. Not sure. Where would beavers live if the apes lived in a beavery?
Oh, we could keep going down this all the way to the end of the day here, couldn't we? So probably not. How far could we take it? Yeah, no, we won't.
Let's
try.
not go there.
No, don't. Yeah. Georgina's. Yeah, don't try. No, don't worry. We won't try. We want to do the crafting. We want to go. We'll leave that game to another day. But this is the beehive here that this one's titled. Now, yes, you've got the can't even remember what it's called. I was about to say aviary again. It's not aviary. Apiary with the florals as well. So if you like to use your masking gum or your stencil sheets, you can start to use them. And then we are going into the most exquisite, gorgeous, incredible designed 12 by 12 paper pads, all double-sided. Some of them, for instance, this one here, which we're going to focus on Wake Up Call, you can cut down and you can get 4 6 by 6 card blanks. But then what you've got is you've got your good sizable ones. So instantly you're thinking of scrapbooking. You're starting to use this in so many different areas of, yes, your crafting, but your home decor, or even your mixed media as well. That is completely flat, but the way that the product development team have managed to create that 3D embossed look is simply phenomenal. A few more of your 6 by 6 that you can then start to cut up and make smaller cards, but that's not it. This one here is all of your goldy, yellowy, orangey tones. And yes, those colour tones still run throughout this set here, but you've got a lot more blues, a lot more cooler colours. And these are all contained in the one pattern paper, so it's not as if you're getting 2 pattern paper sets. It is all throughout one, but you do instantly see that colour palette changing as you get to the back of the paper pad. But whether it's the woodwork that you can see there, the tartan/plaid that you can see within these ones, these are really good for popping into a 12 by 12 frame. Even that one there, look at that, it's more like your cotton. My gran used to have like a tea cloth or a kitchen cloth that looked like that. Wasn't as clean as that, but it was that sort of design and colour tone to it within those. So you're going to have a lot of designs there that are going to then take you back as well to a lot of things that you might have remembered within the past. But then going into your pure colour tones here, pearlescent with your blacks, with your browns, you've got kind of like your evergreens, you've got your goldy yellow, your lighter tones, into what is, I remember saying this the last time, it's not quite white and it's not quite cream, it's kind of in the middle, maybe more like an ivory sort of tone, but you've still got that pearlescent. Actually, I would agree with you on that one, Georgina. Buttermilk, Georgina's saying. I would say so, absolutely. But all of them have got that pearlescent look that goes throughout. So that is everything that you are going to be getting within that full set. Then what we'll do is tell you what, let's show you a few finished samples, then I'll get myself organised. We'll go back to Joe for a minute and then we can demo and show you what you can make. But here we go. Because of all of the dies and stamps that you get, you can easily do smaller cards. But then what you can do is your larger cards, your large shakers. Why not take the mechanism out of your penny sliders, start to use them for cards like this one here? How cool's that? But then if you use your penny sliders, think of your twirling characters as well. Go all brights with your colour tones as well, with your inking. Maybe you just want the little flower within the middle. Maybe you want to create your card wraps or belly bands. Maybe you want to do your concepts using, you can see here, using your glossy accents. I believe this was actually the Craft Along project that Debbie Fisher done, or we'll double check the date of the Craft Along in case you want to go back. The only reason I am able to tell you that, and I'm not going to hide any secrets, because it tells me on the back, Debbie Fisher, Craft Along.
Card of the week.
Clearly not, because it's back in this pile, although that is a gorgeous Craft Along card for sure.
Who won this week gone, do we know? Oh, it was Sarah by the looks of it.
I think it was Sarah, yeah. I think it was.
She begged, apparently.
Oh, did she?
According to Georgina, I wouldn't say such a thing.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. What does it come to when the boss has to beg to win, eh? It's not good. Not good at all. There we go, and then we've got our lovely little easel card. Not too similar as to something we're going to make in a moment or two. But as you can see there, Joe, but then everything you're getting within that masterclass. 8th of July was the Beautiful Craft Along with Debbie Fisher. So if you do want to go back and recreate that project there, then the 8th of July on Crafters TV's YouTube or Crafters Companion YouTube channel, you'll be able to go back and have a look, re-watch, and also create that gorgeous card. Right, I think I better get myself sorted and then we'll come back and then we will do a little bit of a demo, Joe. Is that all right?
Sounds fabulous. Patty saying good morning from Michigan. Who else we got here? Loads of you tuning in and saying hello today. Mary's in Tipperary in Ireland. Nee's in New Jersey. Cheryl's in a very hot NC. North Carolina. Mary's in Wisconsin as well. Leslie says, morning, I wonder what they've got in store for us today. I can't wait. It's a whole day of fun in store. I can tell you that much, Leslie. Lynn says, hi, Joe. Hope you had a wonderful few days off. Cheryl saying, I've missed you, Joe. Oh, I missed all of you at home. I did have a lovely few days off. Very busy, action-packed, but was lovely all the same. And the weather was still gorgeous. After they said it was going to rain, it didn't. Plot twist, it was still beautiful. Do you want some beef facts, Craig? I was just having a little look at some beef facts. £690 million, that's the mind-boggling amount that insect pollination is worth to the UK crops every year. 1 in 3 mouthfuls of food that we consume in the UK is pollinated by insects. There you go. Bees also do what's called the waggle dance. Maybe we could learn that for the later show. It's used by bees to teach each other about the direction and location of food source up to 6 kilometres away.
Oh,
that's basically like me giving Georgina directions to the McDonald's drive-thru. It's the same, but we do it with talking, not with our waggling. Maybe we could work it round into a waggle dance. The average beehive produces about 11 kilos of honey in one season. That's the equivalent of 24 jars, and bees have to fly around 55,000 miles to make half a kilo of honey. £1. That's a lot of flying. We'll cover one more for you here as well. 20,000 species of bees live around the world, 250 of them in the UK. Not all bees produce honey though, Craig. Solitary bees, as their name suggests, like to live on their own, don't have a queen or live in hives. There you go.
Wow. Quite a few
solitary bees. And also masonry bees. I know about these because I had an infestation of them in a house that I lived in, Craig. Masonry bees are...
Your house.
Sorry?
Glad you said your house.
Where do masonry bees are like, you know, if you've got holes in your brickwork,
yeah,
they get in and they make nests in the cavity between your walls. They're masonry bees. Live on their own. There you are. Top bee facts. If you've got any bee facts, share them with me. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion over on YouTube. If you want to join the conversation.
Do that, yeah. Isn't it funny though with bumblebees as well? When you're younger, you think of them that they're, you know, horrible and evil and nasty. But then obviously as you grow up, you realise that actually you need to treasure them. It's the other ones. It's the wasps that you don't like. You don't like them. But yeah, I like to keep Sorry, I just lost my train of thought there reading the comments there. It was Rachel is saying, this is going to Sarah about winning. She's saying she bribed people with the nice list. So that's how she won. So we were on about how Sarah had won last week, the demo of the week. And Rachel is saying Sarah had bribed people with the nice list.
I don't think that's allowed. I think we need a steward's inquiry.
What could I bribe people with? Independent investigation for that one.
We do. There needs to be a public inquiry.
Tell you what. Let's seeing that. Obviously, we've got wake up call, and then I'm back for a launch party at the end of the day. Let's do a little bit of a bribe that tomorrow, 9:30 here in the UK, 4:30 Eastern time, half one Pacific time, I'll do a Facebook Live from home. As I promised, we will do it with what was the Hunky Dory Blockbuster on Saturday. We will do that one. That'll be. But
tomorrow. What are you bribing people in return for?
To win today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If I don't win, I'm not doing it tomorrow. No, I'm joking. I probably will do it. But there we go. It's a nice little bribe. Whether I win, whether I don't, I'll still do the Facebook Live. Anyway. I think I've talked enough now, I think I should demo. Yeah, gosh, they're shouting in my ear. Yeah. All right, George. It's George and Georgina today. Wow, it's both of them again today.
George and Nina.
Back
together.
It's, this Sunday coming? This Sunday coming, Georgina. I'm glad I'm not in. This Sunday, it's going to be George, and it's going to be George as well this Sunday. That's going to be fun. Who's in? Who's Bernie and Jan? Ooh, that'll be fun. Georgina's saying she can't wait for that to happen when it's Debbie Robinson. Is that happening with Debbie Robinson at the end of August? Oh, that'll be a fun one. She's having a lovely, well-deserved holiday.
She is on holidays, isn't she? She has assured us that she's going to sort a craft room out this week, Craig.
Oh, has she?
She has been saying it for a little while, but we're going to give her the benefit of the doubt. We're hoping that she's going to bring in some before and after pictures when she comes back from her holidays. So fingers crossed.
Well, that would be good if she does. That would be good. It's been ages since I've seen her, actually. It's been ages. So yeah, it'd be good to see. She gets a full craft room to herself now. It's always exciting when you're managing to do that. Have your own little either craft room or your own little craft area.
What are you going to do? You're going to have to knock the wall down in your craft room soon, I think. You posted some pictures of your ever-expanding stash I saw over the weekend, Craig. What are you going to do?
I am so reluctant.
There's no more room in there.
No, there's not. There is literally no more room in my craft room. I'll need to post it on my Instagram and Facebook. But yeah, from what my craft room was like 2 years ago when I first moved here to what it's like now, as you say, Joe, I cannot move. There's nowhere to move. There's nowhere to put anything now. But I am so reluctant to actually move my craft room from what is the small box room into my actual spare room. Because obviously I want a proper decent sized spare room for when family or friends come. But I keep going back on the idea, it's like, should I, shouldn't I? And then the family can just...
How often do people stay in your spare room?
Oh, very rarely. But then because of COVID, we've not had the chance of anyone to come. So, yeah. I don't know, it's still a thinker on that one. Still a thinker.
I'd give it to the end of the year and it'll be in your bigger room.
Do you know, I'm not going to disagree with you on that one because who knows what's going to happen.
So maybe, let us know in the comments, what do you think? Let us know. I reckon you should move. I vote for moving in. Imagine what you could do with a larger space.
I know, yeah. Oh, no, I definitely don't want to have two areas where there's crafting, Georgie. I want it just contained in one room.
Maybe just bring it all downstairs, take over the living room and the kitchen.
No, funny you should say that because some of my friends are that if they see pictures of my kitchen, they always say to me, why do you set up your kitchen table, you know, with the plates and stuff like that, if you're not actually sitting and using it? And I'm like, because if I have my kitchen table empty, then I will end up crafting at it. And I've been very good, since I've moved in, I've been very good to just keep my crafting within my craft room.
So set up, hang on, what do you have on your kitchen table most of the time?
I have it looking lovely, like a kitchen table with plates and cutlery.
So you have plates and cutlery laid up like you were going to eat at it?
Yeah.
Well, that's really fancy, Craig.
But it's method in my madness.
Yeah.
It's to actually stop me from
crafting at it.
Crafting at it, yeah.
Go Bigger Room says, Gemma, maybe you just need a bigger house, Craig. Maybe it's time to move.
Oh, no way. Bad enough moving from Scotland to here as it is. I'm not moving in the house again. I've just got my gardens done.
It looks beautiful as well, Craig. Craig was showing me pictures of his front garden this morning. Lots of you tuning in and saying hello still as well. Cheryl saying, good morning, love the beautiful collection. I'm sitting in the airport waiting for my flight to Montana and of course watching Crafter's Companion. Very, very jealous flights. I'm really hoping, Craig, it's very difficult to go on holiday at the moment, isn't it? It's like there's a lot of hoops to jump through and stuff. But I thought, I haven't been on a plane in so long. I thought I really might go down to Cornwall for a few days, but fly. And then I feel like it will feel like going on a real holiday. Yeah. Because you get a flight down there. You can't fly to Devon, unfortunately. George is from Devon. I've been to Devon. You can't fly there. You can fly to Exeter. I guess you could fly to Exeter. I went to Devon last year, so maybe Cornwall this year.
What about
Diana is... Sorry?
What about going to Dundee? There's a Dundee airport.
Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you can fly there from Manchester, though.
Can you not?
Not sure. Susan saying, good morning everyone, I hope I have this collection, now I just need to get it out and start making pretty cards. Linda saying, I did the bumblebee, stamped the wings onto vellum twice and fussy cut them. Bet that looked awesome. Vicky loving the dies as well. Bonnie saying, a public service announcement from Bonnie, the Bumblebee Conservation Trust recommends we carry around a small tub of sugar water just in case you see any tired bees. They're endangered and very important, so we need to look after them. We do. I think that feeds back into what Craig was saying earlier about, you know, looking after them now, whereas you were a kid, you were just a bit scared of them, weren't you? You thought they were going to sting you. Cheryl saying, I pulled a Christine Mahoney and ordered lots of extra paper pads. They are so beautiful. They are absolutely gorgeous. It's lovely that we've got the paper pads still in stock with this as well. I know often they are the first element to sell out when it comes to our larger collections. Aisha saying, what a fantastic idea. A bee slider card, not just a shaker.
It's such a good idea.
Khaki Blue said, I would like to see more using that cut and emboss folder. Maybe you'll see that a little later. Adriana lets me know that apparently consuming honey from your local bees can help with allergies. There you are. I've heard that before, yes. Buying anything. And also it's nice to have local products, isn't it? Gemma says, yes, go bigger. Jean says, maybe turn the current craft room into a spare room. Jeter's got a better idea. Says, Craig, just put visitors in a tent. Put a tent up on the deck. You'll be great.
That's a good idea,
yeah. Rhonda says, move to a larger space. It's well worth it to have a bigger space. You could put in a Murphy bed that folds up to the wall. Love that idea.
Well, I've, stepping away from the craft room idea for a moment, missing my plastic shim. I've thought about, to give me more space within that spare room, I've actually thought about taking out the bed and getting, a nice sofa bed that folds down, because as you say, for the amount of people that's actually there, it would then just give me an extra spare room up the stairs.
If you're not going to sit on that sofa though, the ones that pull down out of a wardrobe give you even more space.
Yeah.
Do you know the ones you mean?
Yeah, I know what ones. Yeah, you mean. That would be quite smart, actually. Yeah, could be up for that. All these ideas I've got, but it takes me ages to actually get round to them. But there we go. Yeah, I think that's maybe one that we need to think about, Joe. We need to think about that one.
Kimberly had a great idea. She bought some seeded paper, Craig, and cut hearts from it and enclosed one with each of the beautiful cards that she makes. What a great idea that is.
That's such a really nice idea.
Yeah, it gives you a plantable element then. How awesome.
That's so smart. I never thought of that. Going back to your the honey as well, Manuka honey is good for wounds and things like that.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. Works an absolute treat.
I love a bit of honey.
I can't say that I do or I don't. It's not something that I've really had a lot of.
I have it on my breakfast with like granola and berries and yogurt.
Yeah.
Ooh, delicious.
Yeah, you know, I used to really like honey nut loops, but you know, it's not real honey.
Honey nut
It's
loops, yeah, not quite the same, but
not quite the same, but I did enjoy them. So yeah, no, there's a lot of benefits for honey. So I do have some as well, so yeah, maybe need to get into that, eating some more that we've got at home. So here we go, let's finish this one off. So I would of course finish colouring all of the image that I've got, but what I would do is, what I started to colour, I used my earth brown tri-blend pen, but then for the actual pot, what I used is I went to my brush marker and used the gold yellow blend for into the middle, and then down here with the floral, I did use a combination of citrus green and a light yellow blend, and I did go around the edge with the grey, ice grey too, that I would tend to do. And then what we can do is we can pop this one on, You're Sweeter Than Honey. Really nice little sentiment, and that is one that is part of the stamp set within the collection. Well, it's in with the collection, but it's in with the same stamp set that you've got the honey pot. The actual 6x6 has been chopped down from the 12x12 paper pad, matte and layered onto a piece of the brown pearl card within the bundle too. And then that is all that I'm doing within that one there. A relatively quick and simple card. It's just the colouring that takes that little bit of time, but you don't need to do much if you don't want to. You can 100% go to town on what you are making and what you are creating, but the main thing as well with having all these different elements where you're getting 73 elements, 48 sheets of paper, 24 sheets of card, you can make so much. So within the full collection that you can see on the screen right now, today's price being £99.99 or $140. Platinum comes down to $79.99 or $112. Of course, for you guys across Central Europe in euros, you just need to go across to your website. But this is part of the masterclass, or it's not part of the masterclass, it is the masterclass with Debbie Fisher, 3 o'clock here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time, also with Joe. But maybe you've already got part of that collection, maybe you've not got it, but you are intrigued and you maybe want a smaller bundle. Then what I've done is I've brought into Wake Up Call a few different options for you. So one of the options is the Be Beautiful Stamp and Die collection, where you're getting 51 elements within this one, $57.55 or $87.76. But even with Platinum, that comes down to £46.04 or $70.21. So that one there is your Stamp and Die collection. But maybe you just want to do a little stamping and embossing instead. So this is your Be Beautiful Stamping and Embossing collection with 22 elements. This one including the stamp and emboss, the die cut and emboss embossing folder. £43.95, $66.16. But Platinum, that comes down to £35.16 or $52.93. How about stocking up on the paper pads? Maybe you've not got the collection, maybe it's not your style, but you love the pattern papers, then go for this one. 12x12 pattern paper and cardstock here, 70 sheets in total, £22.38 or $31.92. Now, if you are Platinum, that comes down to £17.90 or $25.54. So a nice little additional add-on. So whether you're going for the full collection, you might want to treat yourself to extras because you know you're going to be using them quite a lot, or as I say, you might have it, you want to stock up, or maybe you just want to go for the paper pads alone, then by all means you absolutely can. It's not always that within a Wake Up Call I bring different options. We usually leave that for the actual show, but because I just love this collection so much, I want to give you the opportunity, then that is why we have done that as well. You're making the most nowadays of Wake Up Call and shopping ahead, which is the best thing to always do, certainly on specific days and shows, but on a day like this, certainly if you're in the market for Sarah's signature twas the night before Christmas, I would get onto our website sooner rather than later. And do you know what you could do? When it comes to either of these collections, Joe's got something that you could actually be using and incorporating them in as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got the album spines coming up for you as well, because the Be Beautiful scrapbooks beautifully. Now what you're getting here is the spine itself. So this is the die that is going to enable you to use or utilise and get that 8-inch spine. You get the edges that go with it, which is fantastic. And what that then makes up is, let me just pop this down here, is these beautiful memory books that you are able to create. So they could be for a whole host of different reasons, photo albums, birthday reminders, I've seen them used for recipe books, work fantastically with them, but you're able to actually create that and then use all of your different pattern papers to go with it. We also have as well, you will need the Pro to use this, but we also have the 10-inch spine here, as you can see, and that one comes with these page edges, 10-inch page edges, and this is if you want to create these really, really big ones. So it's the 10-inch spine that you're able to create here and then decorate with all of your pattern papers. If you've got any of our memory album elements, they work beautifully in here. The big twist and pop elements can go in here as well. It's a really, I think, lovely way of creating a gift or a great way of hanging on to those memories. Both of those coming up for you in the show a little later as well, which is awesome. Right, loads of you still chatting away with us. Lots of you talking about your craft room. Sue McGuire says, at the beginning of lockdown, we changed our guest room into an office and craft room. We now have double the space that we had before, which is brilliant. Right, we're going to take a short break. Let's remind you how to shop and also all the incredible details of Club Inspire.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can get the best deals and shop while you watch during our shows. The best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. So head over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV Home, where you can see all of our shows, plus exclusive offers, and even shop while you watch. Now, if you want to get involved and comment along, you can head on over to our community pages. Come say hello, ask us some questions and chat along live with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even airplay our shows direct onto your big screen or stream us live through YouTube. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Lots of questions, Craig, about the spines. Some people saying, does the 8-inch spine work in the standard Gemini?
It does indeed, yes. So it's just the large 10-inch one that you will need the Gemini Pro for. Yeah.
Awesome. Rhonda asks as well, what sort of glue would you use putting those memory books together, Craig?
I would do a combination of a wet tacky glue and even a red liner tape. So either or if you want to reinforce them with doing both, then you can get away with doing that. Cheryl's
talking about a glue incident, Craig.
Oh,
yesterday, I don't know about this.
That was yesterday. So there was a segment, Cart DM Day yesterday. Seize the Day, Face Your Fears, that me and Debbie Fisher were doing. So we were blindfolded and then we had to guide our hands in and touch something, and guess what it was? The last product, I had to put our fingers into what was a little tub of tacky glue. And what a weird consistency that is when you're not actually realising what it is.
Oh, that doesn't sound nice.
Yeah, it was a A couple of people as well saying, is your voice okay today, Joe?
Yeah, I think my hay fever's just playing up, Craig. So we're just talking about it there, weren't we, under the break? Yeah, a few of you in the comments saying I sound a little bit hoarse. I've gone a bit sort of Barry White today, I think. Yeah, I think I've just got a bit of just a bit hay fever. I think that's all it is. Yeah, I'm just a bit bunged up today. Sarah Schaefer says, Craig, could you tell us again the tip you shared with us about labelling your plates to help you remember how to flip them? Thank you so much for all your crafting tips.
Funny enough, you saying that, the plates that I took out for this one was actually the ones that I'd done that tip on in the past. So let's quickly do that before we go into the next demo. So because we'll always say to enable your plates to last longer, it really is essential for you to flip and rotate them. I always watch what I say because it gives Ben the giggles, because he thinks that I'm saying flip and rotate them, as if I'm saying to you to flip and rotate them, but I'm asking you to flip and rotate them.
Right.
So what I say, so whether it's your plate or whether it is your folder for your MIDI or your Go, what I like to do is in each corner, so I would go A with a permanent marker, your classic or that certain brand one that I've got in my hand, A, and then on the other side I would do B. Then what I would do is I would flip it over and write C, and then on the opposite corner I would write D. And this is just a little bit of a mental guide, Joe. So the first time I cut, so I would then do, so let's go on that way. So I would always pay attention to the bottom right, basically where the Gemini logo is. So I would die cut on side A. And then the next time I'd go to die cut, what I would do is I would turn it around and die cut on side B. Then the next time what I would do is I would flip it over, cut onto side C, and then D. And it's a little bit of a mental guide for you to then, go, right, I cut on A the last time, let's do it on B. Of course, if you do it A twice, it doesn't matter. It gets you into that frame of mind of just remembering to flip and rotate them. So A to B to C to D, and you just keep going round and round, and then what it does is it then just enables you, it trains your mind to flip and rotate them, and it just keeps the plates level for so much longer. I can't emphasize how much and how long these plates will last you if you can get yourself trained into the thought of flipping and rotating them. Same with the folders, constantly flipping them back and forwards. They will last you such a long time. So that's a bit of a mental guide as to how you can then do that.
Awesome. I hope that helps. Any other questions or comments you get, keep getting them into me. Crafters TV across on Facebook. Crafters Companion if you're over on YouTube. So make sure you get those in. Now, something that launched on Friday, and oh my word, was it an incredible launch. I'm actually quite shocked to see that we still have this big collection with us. It is, of course, 'Twas the Night. And what a gorgeous collection it is, Craig.
Absolutely gorgeous. Do you want to know how gorgeous, how amazing, and how phenomenal it was? It was our busiest wake-up call ever.
Wowzers.
Busiest wake-up call was having 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, because I know I like to say it, but I like to make sure all the new viewers know that wake-up call is your opportunity to shop ahead. And let me tell you, you were shopping ahead, that's for sure, on that day. This is the 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. This is the full collection, but let me tell you, we are so limited on numbers when it comes to the full collection. 99 elements, 130 embellishments, which are divine, and 120 sheets of paper. It says paper. That is just not even doing the paper pads justice by calling it papers. You've got that full collection there, £134, $170, but with platinum that comes down to £107.20 or $136. You can see on George's incredible camera shots there, stamps, you've got dies, you've got your pattern papers, 12 by 12, 6 by 6, the core colour tone cardstocks, you've got frames, you've got building your poinsettia. These embellishments are phenomenal. Gold twine within these ones here. You've got bells, you've got fabric, soft ribbons as well within this full collection. So I tell you what, we've had a look, we've had that little scape there a minute ago as to what you're getting. Let's show you them with on these boards. So I'll let you see them, but I will go relatively quick because there's so much to see, finished samples to show you, and I want to do a demo as well. But these are the embellishments, Joe. These are so gorgeous. You've got your berries, but you've got your crystal berries as well. You've got your pine cones, even with the frosted pine cones. Then you've got all of these jingly jangly bells. You only need to do one on a project and you get such a glorious Christmas sound. But of course, do a collection of them, it's going to sound even more Christmassy. Now, I don't have any boards with the gold twine on here, but this is what we've used to attach them. And it's more like a really fine thread, but with the gold running through. And then look at these ones. Look at the ribbons here. Now these are super soft ribbon here, but then you've got your textured gold ribbon here with that tartan sort of plaid kind of look. Then we have got our musical notes 5x7 embossing folder here. Now I'm going to say it's not a 3D embossing folder, but let me tell you, the depths of the emboss that we've got within this one here is simply exquisite. Then we're still sticking around with the emboss, but it's the cut and emboss. This one being the traditional window. Now we can open up the windows that you can see here. The reason being, and in actual fact, let me set that one to the side and we'll explain that in a little bit more detail in a moment. We've got the pine tree edgeable, music and swirl edgeable. Then we've got the festive foliage here. Now this, as you can see down the side, are all separate elements, but this enables you to build up your own poinsettia. So Joe, you can go really large with the amount of layers that you want to do, or you might want to keep it really small. But do you know what as well that you can do with these? Your flower forming foam.
Nice.
And create your own individual petaled poinsettia with the flower forming foam. Then we have got our frame here. So we've got our decorative frame, in which we are actually going to be using in a moment. This is our Happy Christmas to All. We've got there with the script. Now that is the Dasher and Dancer and Comet and Cupid, that little festive phrase that you've got there. Then we're going into the scene aspects of the stamp. So if we show you this one, we're stalking by the fire, but then we've also got Christmas Eve. Then what we have got is Saint Nicholas. And then what we have got is build a stocking. And then we've also got build a sleigh. Now, if I remove these two just now, and we go back to these three, which is the Saint Nicholas, we've got the Christmas Eve, and stockings by the fire, that works so well with the traditional window.
Really does, doesn't it?
So it could be so that you're looking through the window, so you're looking into the window, you're seeing that design that are inside of the tree, or Santa leaving the presents. You can do all that fun building. Then what we're going into is 6x6 paper pad. Now these all complement the 12x12. What they've been done is they've been shrunk down from the 12x12, so you're not losing any detail. You're getting the full detail from your 12x12, but with the 6x6 element. What I wanted to show as well, let's see if I can find, there's one design in here. I might need to come back and look for it after. But there's one with the little girls, or the children. Yeah, we're going to have to look. That's exclusive. Oh, there we go. That one. That one's exclusive to the 6x6 paper pad.
Oh, really?
You won't find that in the 12x12.
That's awesome.
So you've got that little one there as well. Now, within that full design I showed you, exactly the same that runs through the 12x12, 12x12, 6x6. Glorious gold foiling as well. And then what we have got is are pure colour tones. So these are like a pearl colour with your navy blues. You've got your Christmas greens, your bright Christmas reds, as well as more of your satin gold there. And then the luxury cardstock, we have got all of these glorious, look at them. If that doesn't say Christmas, then I don't know what does. So that is that full collection that you are getting there. Let's show you a few finished samples before we quickly get this demo done. Now, whether you're going to be doing your door hangers. So if you want to bring in your, not so much your sentiments dies, but your alphabet dies. You know, when you do something like Santa, please stop here. or then use your builder stocking with the embossing folder. Why not bring your storybook die in? Isn't that gorgeous? I
Really
love that
cute.
one. First time I've seen this morning from Sandy. Lovely one. I know this was a demo that Sarah's done. Then the cut and emboss folder, looking through with the tree. You can do your concept. There's just loads and loads and loads that you can see here. So I think, Joe, if you could literally give me a few seconds to get myself tidied up, and then we can do a really nice demo when it comes to these ones.
Yeah, it's a huge collection. They're so incredibly busy. When it was launched on Friday, not sure how much longer that full collection will be around for. Gilmore says, love the foiled accent on all of those papers. It's just gorgeous. Mary says, I love the 'Twas the Night Before Christmas collection. Can't wait for mine to arrive. Alicia says, I have the paper pad along with the new Christmas metallic paper pads. CC have the best of the best papers. So thank you so much for your creme de la creme 5-star products. Love that, Alicia. Couldn't have put it better myself. Sarah saying, I bought this collection 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Can't wait to get it. Also was able to get 2 bundles of the paper pads as well. How exciting. And Khaki Blue says, will the open area veins on a poinsettia die show on the flower forming foam? Great question that, Craig.
Really good question. What you need to remember though, detail within the flower forming once you're cut is going to disappear once you heat it. So don't ever worry about the detail when you cut into the flower forming foam. So what I would say, doing it in cardstock, emboss it, you're going to get that incredible detail. When you do it with the flower forming foam, as soon as you hit the heat with it, obviously it's going to curl up and that detail is going to disappear. So yes, it's going to disappear with flower forming, but obviously the intention is with cardstock, so you're going to see the detail within the cardstock.
Fabulous. Hope that answers your
helps.
question. Any other questions or comments you've got, get them into me. It's really simple. Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion across on YouTube.
And do you know what's more, Joe? 19th of August, me and Joe, well, me, but we're together, craft along. 'Twas the night before
How
Christmas.
exciting.
I know. I was buzzing to find out live on Friday that I've got the craft along with this one here, 19th of August with myself and Joe. So keep your eyes peeled. But I've got a few craft alongs coming up in the meantime before then. But do you know what? Let's just get crafting. Let's get crafting with this collection. And what I've already done is an A5 card. I've already got some of my layers already pre-cut and mat and layer. So what we can do is we can then bring our adhesive in. Now, I personally would be gutting this if I had more time before, but it was assembling this one relatively quick. But you're going to find that you've got so many other elements. For instance, if you got the Hunky Dory Blockbuster, you're going to get that Christmas, classic Christmas, I think it was called within the Blockbuster, that's going to work an absolute treat with 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. So you can start to cross over lots of your collections, not just from us, but you may even have some of your Dreamy products. You're going to be able to use them with the pattern papers too. So lots of ways in which you can mix and match in. But layering these ones up. Now I've taken that gold cardstock, that gold satin cardstock, that's got that pearl tone, and I'm going to cut that frame, and then we're going to start to build up our card by going from the layers to start with, then into the die cutting, Joe.
Absolutely. Lots of love coming in for those papers. Cecilia's ordered them. She's stalking the mailman. And Lynn says, I love that image of the boy and girl looking out the window. I'm so glad I ordered extra 6x6 pads. They're really handy, that 6x6 size, aren't they, Craig?
They are, because what it enables you to do, it enables you to stop arguing with yourself and fighting with yourself. And that is by cutting into the 12 by 12. You want to do it, but you don't want to do it, but you don't know where to cut. What bit do you trim down? Well, we've done it for you. So you don't need to worry about that. If you want to keep the 12 by 12, then you can do that. What you can then do is use the 6 by 6 by us having already scaled down the image. You're not losing any of the image, but what we've done is we've scaled it down so that you get exactly the same image on the 6 by 6 that you would get on the 12 by 12. It's been shrunk down. So you're not losing anything. All that you're doing is you are just getting it on a smaller scale. So then it enables you to then use it in that way without losing anything or cutting anything down. And that's always what the issue that I have, Joe. Because we don't. And I know we do say, and we joke, but we are serious when we say, if you can buy a separate set, then do it, because then you can keep one and then you can use one. And if you're relatively new as a crafter, you know, you think, well, why would we do that? You know, we do it, and I do it. We love certain paper pads that much that we don't want to use it. But then on the other hand, Joe, as we know, not everyone, you know, can afford to do that.
Yeah.
Fully understand that. And that's why we like to bring smaller bundles, but then that's why we like to put as much detail within the paper pad, but then scope it down to 6x6, so that if you can't go and buy more of a 12x12, at least then you're able to use the 6x6. So, you know, there is means and ways as to why the product development actually scale down and do what they do within the collections. And that is so that if you can't go out and buy more, then you're able to use what we've got, but within the 6x6 form. Now what I've done there is I used that centre oval die here, cut in our white smooth stamping card, but I used one of the sentiment stamps that says, "May the spirit of Christmas bring joy to your heart and happiness to your home."
Oh, I love that.
It's a really nice one, isn't it? And that sits nicely within the middle. So I'm going to pop that on the front, but what I'm going to do on the back is add a few foam pads. Then what I'm going to do, Joe, is I'm going to bring in the Poinsettia die, festive foliage. We will die cut a few elements. I've got all of them die cut, whereas I can show you how to build the poinsettia before we come to the end of this demo.
Awesome. Lots of you talking about what you've been ordering. Deborah says, received my B collection, now waiting on the Year of Craft, and 'twas the night before Christmas. Also, Eleanor says, every time I see this Christmas collection, I want it more and more. I don't blame you. Just don't wait too long, because I know it will sell out, absolutely. I have no doubt pretty much all the elements will be gone way before we are over this sort of Christmas crafting period that we find ourselves in at the moment. And the great thing is we're able to bring the full collection still at the moment, which is, at the moment, Craig, it feels rare that we're able to do that very long after a launch day at the moment, because they are going so fast. We have so many people watching us now here at Crafters TV, and also because it's sold out so quickly everywhere else as well, it means that everyone will be begging to get their hands on extras. But I'm sure we've hung on to as much of it as we can, but it is getting very low now, so I definitely wouldn't wait around too long. We will bring you back for smaller collections, obviously, as and when we can, but if you want it all, then definitely grab it now. Michelle says, the embossing folder is to die for, love all the swirls, or squirrels as Craig calls them.
The squirrels, the swirls. The swirls are the squirrels. There's so much detail within here. And actually, to pick up on something you just said there, Joe, when it comes to the craft along, 9 times out of 10, we bring the product back so that you can purchase it if you didn't get your hands on it. You know, I can't say what we are going to be able to bring come the craft along. May not be the full collection. If anything, I doubt it will be the full collection. It's going to be maybe a smaller range of the collection. Don't know for sure, but it's what's actually going to be happening with the Gnome collection craft along that I've got coming up in a couple of days. Can't bring you the full collection, so we have to bring you a smaller one. And that's just what happens. We can't always bring you back the full one. So if you can, get the full collection before it sells out. That's the best thing to do, because there's never any guarantees we can bring the full one back. But what I've done here is I've die cut these parts of the poinsettia. Now you get the embossed detail even without running the embossing mat, but I would recommend with these ones to use the embossing mat afterwards, and then what will happen is you will get some of the most detailed, not spine, what is it they call it in the centre of the flower? The veins. You'll get some of the most incredible veined emboss. So it's starting to pick it up with my gold, what one was this one? Empire Gold Gilding Wax. But then if you actually emboss it with the embossing mat, you get more of a deep embossed detail that you can then start to build your poinsettia. So it takes just a few extra moments or minutes, but it really is worthwhile you running these through with the embossing mat afterwards.
Awesome, yeah, definitely take the time to do that. Alicia's saying that sharing callus frames will work wonderful with 'Twas the Night Before Christmas as well. I totally agree. Karen Fisher says the music notes embossing folder can be used all year long. I completely agree. And actually, I think this poinsettia die, colour this up differently, Craig, with maybe more green tones or even some tropical tones. You've got a completely different look, haven't you?
You do. You've got a really different look. You know, this would look lovely if you do all white with a white poinsettia. But then, yeah, you can do whatever colours you like. It's entirely up to yourself. But what I'm going to do here is I'm adding a bit of shape, only using my fingers. And I've got a couple of sized petals of the poinsettia here. So I've got some of the large one and I've gone for the medium size. So just shaping them within my hand. Now what I would do at home if I've got more time, I would actually die cut a little circle. Actually, I tell you what, this oval that I used, what I'll do, I would do it on a circle, but then this goes to show that you can do it onto anything. I'm going to use this as the base platform. You can go straight onto the project if you want, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my oval that I've cut here. I would create the poinsettia on the die cut oval or circle, and then I would attach it to my project.
Okay.
It's just the way that I like to do it and I feel more comfortable doing. But all that I'm doing is I'm going to start with the larger petals and I'm going to work my way around in a bit of a circle. And because of speed, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using my hot glue gun, but once again at home I would tend to use my Collal glue gel for this one here.
What's the benefit of using the glue gel over the hot glue here then, Craig?
So the glue gel, that gives you a lot more manoeuvrability time.
Okay.
With hot glue, you do have a little bit of manoeuvrability, but what will happen is after a moment or two, that will be it stuck.
So would you have like a couple of seconds to get it in place?
Yeah, I would maybe say about a good 8 to 10 seconds to get it into place. But now, for instance, all these layers I'm starting to put on now, they are pretty much in place.
Right.
Whereas the glue gel...
So with the glue gel, would you be able to go, like those bigger leaves, would you be able to go back and then pull those out a little bit now if you're using the glue gel?
Yeah, whereas these bigger leaves now, I can't
right,
pull
okay.
them. If I pull them, I'm going to pull them off.
Okay.
Whereas, yeah, the glue gel gives you that time to manoeuvre it all into place.
Awesome, always good to know.
So what I'm going to do here is I'm using that little tiny centre bit. I've cut it in green. You can cut it in gold if you want to, or any colour. But I'm going to add a tiny little bit of hot glue to the back. I'm going to pop that one into place here. Now what I would do, because if I'm doing it at home, I would do this onto a circle. It means you're not going to see any of the die cut element at the back. So what I'm going to do here, because it's an oval, I'm going to snip that away and snip that away. So then that's starting to give me my poinsettia. I'd come back and add more shape. I would really start to bend it. If you've got your flower forming ball tools, you can use them with cardstock and shape them. But then what I'm going to do is take some of the holly and I'm going to tuck it in. And then this is where it gives me somewhere to tuck the holly in by having that die cut layer at the back. So I can just nicely tuck it in. I'm going to do 3, and I like to have them relatively in the same part, overlapping. So then what we can do is if we bring this one in, and then I'm going to pop it down to the bottom here. So if I take that in there, and then what I'm going to do is if I bring the bells in, so I've tied them on the gold thread. So what I'm going to do is pop that here, and that won't affect the bells. What we can then do is pop that into here, and then once again I would shape all of them a bit more, but here we go. We could leave it like that, And that could be a smaller poinsettia if you wanted, by only using the smaller petals. It's entirely up to yourself. But then you've got the dingly dangly, you've got that lovely little centre.
Dingly dangly?
The dingly dangly. Dingly dangly, the bells within the middle. But that is one of just so many different things that you can be making with it. 'Twas the night before Christmas, Sarah's signature collection. This one, while we've got the stocks, not much left, 99 elements in total and 130 embellishments, plus 120 sheets of paper. Platinum, that comes to £107.20 or $136 for that one there. And that's going to be coming up on Launch Party with Joe and myself.
Now, something else coming up a little bit later that you'll be seeing is the Year of Craft. Now, we launched that large box, but there's 3 different bolt-ons for it. So it's something basically that grows with you. These will stack for you too, so you create a library of amazing projects. 80% of this has sold out and gone. $34.99 or $39.95. It is so heavy. It is absolutely loaded full of goodies, this. You can use it as a standalone element as you want. Of course, it's going to complement your Year of Crafts and those subsequent Year of Craft boxes that you've already purchased beautifully. This is a third one in the instalment, and you've got over 295 elements within there. So that value is amazing. You're going to get 50 bonus points, and you're still able to use your Club Inspired discount there as too. A couple of other things I want to show you. I really love the colour tones in this particular edition. We've got in here available for you your 2 paper pads. So you've got your patterned papers in here, which are absolutely beautiful. Really lovely bold colour tones in these ones. You can go for that, or you can go for your solid tones, of course, as well, which are all beautifully colour matched to go with the papers and also enable you to create all of this instalment of projects which are within your Year of Crafts. We'll have a closer look at all of that during that later launch party show with myself and Craig. But as I said, 80% now of that box has already sold out and gone. Cheryl says she's so excited to get the demos of Twas a Night a little later. June says she's really excited to see how Craig puts a poinsettia together. Susan said, you had me at bells. Teresa says, love the poinsettia. Mary also saying, love that, Craig, perfect to assemble the flower, beautiful card. Leslie's asking how many petals you cut for that particular flower there, Craig.
So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that was 6 of the large one and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the medium one for that one there.
Excellent. I hope that answers your question. Loads though, isn't there, Craig, coming up later as we go through the show. Don't forget any questions or comments you've got. Still keep getting them into me. Crafters TV on Facebook or Crafters Companion over on YouTube. But I love this next item, Craig. I think they are so much fun and you can do so much with them.
There is. There really is. Now, whether you want to decorate them with the set that you're getting today on Launch Party, but this is your Life's a Beach Picnic Box Explorer Kit, where you're getting dies, you're getting stamps, you're getting tri-blend pens, you're getting an ink pad, and you're getting a tape pen as well to assemble it all. Now, all of that for today's price being £30 or $45. But even though it's an Explorer kit, and even though it's coming up on Launch Party, you still get your platinum price, as always, £24 or $36. You can decorate these in so many different ways. Now, as I said a moment ago, decorate them with the set that you get with them, but the actual worker die, the picnic box, is what we're going to look at now. To actually use it and create a full project, we're going to be doing that at Launch Party at the end of the day, being here in the UK, being the end of the day, but the last show on Crafters TV. But what we're ready to do now, if you've not seen these before, we're going to show you how you can actually construct the picnic box. So these are so cute in the fact that they have been decorated using the set that you get with the Explorer kit, but you can then be die cutting them in so many different colours, theming them in so many different ways. For instance, what about Halloween with your black cards and orange cards, all those different colour tones that you could be using, or any other stamping dies that you've got at home. There's so much that you can do. Little favour boxes for parties, or even use them, theme them, but as weights for balloons at parties and that. There's so much that you can do. But the main thing is they're easy to construct. And that is by using the picnic box die. And for this one, you will need your large Gemini or a large die cutting machine, being A4 in size. Now, you've got the main die itself, but then what you've got this die here, and what that does is that actually creates the rooftop of the beach hut. because that is how it's themed with this set that you get, a beach hut. But you can then be using it anyway. It could be thatched roof, depending on the pattern card that you use, or even the actual colour card that you use. You know, theme it with the Be Happy set. That would look quite smart. But you get the window, door, brickwork, you get banners, as well as little sentiment and tags as well. So you get a nice little set to get you started. But what we can then do is let's keep it nice, clean and simple, because we can use this one later on. What you're going to need is 2 pieces of your chosen cardstock. Now, I personally, for something like this, I would be using between a 280 and, you know, I would say 280, 300, even up to a 350. So if you wanted to use your Centura Pearl being 310, great, perfect. And actually, even your Adorable Scoreable being 350, that would work as well. And in actual fact, it would work so well because Adorable Scoreable, because it doesn't crack or crease, so you're going to be able to get all these nice, sharp, professional folded edges. And you'll know, because you will be guaranteed that this is going to be man-handled a lot. Certainly if you give it to little kiddies, Joe, you're going to want to use it and play with it and see what's inside and just have fun with it.
Yeah, and just to give you some idea of the value here, Craig, there's the actual box die itself, the picnic box, $24.99 or $29.99 if you got that on its own. So Platinum members aren't even paying for that, just over that in the US, and then getting all of those other awesome bits in there as well. So it really is great value, this particular one. And as Craig was saying, I think we've sold so many dies recently, Craig, and we're really good at sizing with dies, aren't we? So I know people at home are going to have so many dies that they can decorate these boxes with already. I'm thinking things like staycation, any of those pop-up boxes that we have, all going to work with this concept.
There really isn't anything that we can say don't use, because you can bring in all of your stamps, your dies. You know, for instance, even things like, Joe, your big creator card dies, die cut them out, and then what to do is using your guillotine, use a guillotine if you want, use the guillotine to actually cut it down into the panel size, so you're getting another decoration, or just decorate them with the stamp and dies. Entirely up to yourself, but yeah, 100% bring in all of your other goodies that you've got at home. But not only do these die cut, but these give you all of the score lines as well. So what you're going to do is you're going to work your way along, and you're going to fold and burnish each of the score lines. They give you the little tabs as well. That is your adhesive tabs that we can see here. Now what we've done within this little bundle is a wee bit of an additional extra. We have put our tape runner in. Now I would, for something like this, because it's construction, my personal preference would be the tacky glue. So you can use the tape runner, but for extra stability, what I would do is use a wet tacky glue, just to really enhance all the layers and to make sure that they're nicely adhered to. But then who doesn't need a tape runner? Use your glue for this, and then use your tape runner that you get elsewhere. You know, you'll always need one. So fold in all of these.
It was very cute with the gnome set, said Beth. I think that's a great idea.
I never thought about using that.
Yeah, some of those gnome stamps and dies I bet would look wonderful on the outside of this.
Would really look nice, wouldn't it? You know what would be good as well is 'Twas the Night, but then maybe put little mince pies or something in them.
Nice.
Or, you know, what about, you know, here in the UK, we've started doing more and more like what you guys do stateside. You know, like Christmas Eve boxes. Now,
great idea.
I know this is small for a Christmas Eve box, but this could have inside a little sachets of the hot chocolate and tiny little marshmallows, and you can decorate it with the reindeers or Santa or all of those different themes that you could be doing if you wanted to.
I guess what might be nice with this as well, measure those panels there, Craig, and cut your pattern paper in mats and layers and decorate on the outside of those with whatever collection it is that you're using. I mean, it's just so many different ideas. That the great thing is with the die is, of course, the die does all the work for you, and they're sturdy, these, Craig, aren't they? Which is really, really important. Because having box dies that make great boxes, but if you're putting things in them and then they're going to fall apart afterwards, that's not great. These are really nice and sturdy, which I think is wonderful.
They're so sturdy, and that's a really, really good point that I'm actually waiting to come on to right now. Now, of course, it might go without saying, but to make sure it's sturdy, you need to have a really strong bottom. Now that's exactly what we do. So we've got our 2 bottom platforms as well as what is a little triangle. Now what I would do, the best way to do this is, many people will do the triangles first and then do the layers, which, do you know, that's fine because you're not really going to see much in the middle. But to make it very professional, what to do is fold out the triangles here, so fold out all of them slightly. Now within the triangle, what to do is add your adhesive, and I'm going to put my triangle on each bit. So what I would do is fold one of them over first of all, and then pop your triangles over. So then what happens is if I turn it around, if you do look inside, you can see you've got a professional flat inside bottom where you don't have any of the little tags or that. It's these little attention to detail that you find that Leanne and the product development team always put in. Then coming back to the second panel, what we can do is we can then fold that one over, so that does exactly the same on the outside. So that, because we're using 300 GSM cardstock, that's one layer of 300 GSM, that's a second layer 300 GSM, and those little triangle corners in at the side, that reinforces the base. So this is where, as you were saying, Joe, you get such a sturdy platform within the bottom, and then either pop your hand in or bringing in something. I'm using the tacky glue bottle to put the pressure down. Really press it. Doesn't need much if you're using our Collal tacky glue because that grabs just nicely. Then what we can do here is taking these 2 top parts, we're going to then close these together. And then what you'll find is there's little notches at each side here. So if I show you the left-hand side, you've got a little tab and you've got a notch at the bottom, top and bottom, exactly the same on the other side. So what to do is grab hold of them. I think, George, are we able to come close? Oh, perfect shot. Thank you so much for that one. If we grab them, and then what I would do is I would just press down slightly. Then what we can then do is then clip this one over, it hooks in, and there's your little picnic side. So if I turn that around again, so slightly just press down, and then we can then hook that in, and then there we go. We've got our super cute picnic box that you can see here. Now put tiny little treats in, or lots of different things that we came up a minute ago. But what you do have is you've got the stamp and die set in with this one that enables you to create things like this. The only thing you need to decide is the pattern paper that you want to be using. But I think some of these pattern papers here were from Sarah's Garden of Love collection, but you might just want to use your craft card. It's entirely up to yourself. Or you might just want to use your core colour tone cardstock, for instance, from the Be Happy collection. Doesn't have to be whites, it could be whatever ones that you want, but by using that one there, it enables you to do all of these different things and so much more when it comes to these ones. And that one is the Life's a Beach. This is the Picnic Box Explorer Kit, where you're getting the dies, the stamps, the tri-blends. That's 6 tri-blend pens. Each pen you get 3 colours, 3 shades, and you're getting your ink pad, which is your alcohol proof, that works with your alcohol pens being the tri-blends, and you get your tape pen as well. All of that for today's price being £30 or $45. Platinum price is £24 or $36. This is one that you could potentially even break down. So you've maybe got the dies and the stamps, but you don't have the ink pad yet, and you don't have the tri-blend, and you need a tape runner. Keep them, gift the others, or it could be vice versa. We are now way to come into August. Where's this year gone? With everything that's been going on, where's this year gone? So we are now thinking of Christmas, not just crafting, but actually gift-wise. Main gifts, Secret Santas, all these different things as well. That's your Explorer Kit. That is what me and Joe will be having a look at in more detail coming up on Launch Party, 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, or of course 11 a.m. Pacific Time. One of many things we're going to be having a look at.
Awesome. Now, I guess we should do kind of the show then, Craig.
Let's do it.
Khaki Blue says, do it in craft garden, decorate like a little gingerbread house. Love that idea. Cecilia says, love that CC products are so interchangeable. Michelle sent us in a picture. We'll try and have a little look at that. Vicky says, what size is the box when built? Great question.
Really good question. So let's have a look. So the length is 4.5 inches by 4.5 inches lengthwise. And then from the height, so the base right up to the top is 5.25 by 5.25. So if I put it there, so it's right up to, that looks as though it's below the 5-inch mark. It's not, it's above it. It's at the 5.25. And then widthwise is 2.25 by 2.25.
Awesome. There you go. Hope that helps. Card of the show then, Craig.
Okie doke, let's get the card of the show set up. So the first one we done was with Beautiful Collection. We made a really nice simple card with a little bit of colour in. Then we went a little bit more detailed with Sarah's signature. Twas the night before Christmas, where we used the poinsettia and the frame. And, do you know, I won't put that in because I just won't, it's blank. So let's do 1 or 2. 1 or 2.
1 or 2, there you are. You choose. Crafts TV on Facebook, Crafts Companion on YouTube. Right, I want to share with you this week's Out of This World deal that we've got right here. Now, it's your universal Spectrum Noir carry case. These are fantastic because what you're able to do is pop your trays inside. Now, with this particular collection, it's kind of hard for you to see there. You're actually going to get 3 packs of the trays, which is 18 of the ink pad trays. You can actually pop these inside your carry case. So what this basically gives you is the option to have all of your ink pads stored in one place. If you didn't want to do that, what you could do is you could remove the ink pad trays, have them separately in your craft room, and then use this with our pen trays. So if you've already got the pen trays could go in here. It's completely interchangeable for you. So you've got the main body of the bag, which is perfect for that. Then you've also got these other smaller pockets. You've got this little drop down pocket here. That's got those mesh compartments in there for you as well. You then also have another pocket in the front of here, which is fantastic. You've also got your side pockets too. These are really nice deep gusset pockets on here as well. And the great thing is that it really stands beautifully on its own as well, which is fantastic. It's brilliant. It's at a great price for you as well. It is the Out of This World deal though, so it means it'll only hold for 24 hours. So make sure you get your hands on that Platinum member, £60 or $80, which is absolutely fantastic. What a great show it's been, Craig.
Been such a good show.
This feels really weird because at the end of the show, Craig, you always come and sit here, and I always go and sit back up. Should we, let's do, I feel like we just cut. Yeah, it's just gonna be too weird otherwise. Let's change back round.
Let's do it.
That's better. I feel so much more relieved.
I bet
it's warm on there, isn't it?
Nice and warm. Yeah, really nice and cosy for that one there. Oh, this does feel a lot better. Feels much better being in this one here. There we go, rightio. End of another wake-up call of Tuesday's edition. But you know what? I know I say it all the time, but we've got we've got pictures. Pictures are ready from Michelle. Let's have a look at this one. A look. Oh, I love that colour tone.
Oh, nice.
Love. Oh, so Michelle made them for the ICU nurses who looked after her husband.
How lovely.
How lovely. Isn't that so nice? So nice, isn't it? You know, a little note there as well, but colour theming, just gorgeous. And
really
what
beautiful.
A lovely, lovely gesture as well when it comes to those ones there. Do you know what's good with them one as well? Is obviously you can go to town with the decoration, or you know, they are very quick to make. If you want to keep them quite simplistic and repetitive, then they're really simple to do that as well. So thank you for sending that one in, Michelle. Now, that is me for now. Usually, as of late, I've been saying that's me going away home to prep, which I am, but I'm coming back later on for lunch party, me and you again.
It is. Can't wait for that.
Party on a Tuesday. Yeah.
Party on a Tuesday.
Party on a Tuesday. So what have we got coming up? We've got coming up next Debbie Fisher and Joe. That's going to be with Masterclass, which is all about the Beautiful collection that you guys are already loving, which I knew you would for those who haven't seen it before. So that's going to be 3 o'clock here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. And then, as I say, I'm going to come back with Joe and we're going to do Tuesday's edition edition of Launch Party. So that being 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time, where we'll have a look at the Explorer kit again. We'll have a look at Sarah's signature collection. Not sure if the full bundle will be here, but we'll have a look at it anyway. We're going to cherry pick a few other items that you will have maybe seen as of late, maybe you've not seen for a wee while. We're going to just spend a really nice Tuesday having a look at some of the recent launches as well, see what we can come up with. My demos are already set. I'll maybe try and show you a few sneak peeks on my Instagram over the next couple of hours. But always remember, you know, us as Crafters TV, Crafters Companion, you'll find us on YouTube and Facebook. You'll find Joe there, Ben there, Becky, George, as well as all of us on the team. Most of us type our name, full name, with CC at the end, and then we pop up. I'm certainly on there quite a lot. Joe's different. Are you the same?
No,
you're
I'm the same. Yeah, I'm the same. I was just putting my finger up to say card number 1 had won.
Oh, card
that was
number
what I was
one.
saying.
Ah, just as well that you reminded me there. Sitting at the side and almost forgot. Card number 1, there we go. That's going to go in. That's going to go up against Debbie's card of the show when it comes to Masterclass with hers. Also, beautiful collection. Right, go and get your lunch, your breakfast, your tea, your cup of tea, your little glass of wine, depending on wherever you are across the globe. Come back, join Debbie and Joe for that Masterclass, and then come back and join me and Joe later on for a launch party. See you then. Bye.